Hello, everyone. Welcome back to an episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today I'm joined by Zach Neto of Campbell University, who's also eligible for this year's MLB Draft. Zach, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so first I got to say happy holidays. And how does it feel to be, back at college this year? Things are back to normal, and you guys are getting ready to respond to a season in which you guys went to the Super Regionals.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to go back to school. Every time I go back, it's it's awesome. It's an awesome place to go back to. The guys love me. I love the guys. And it's just we all have the same goal in mind, and that's to play baseball and just have fun on the field. Yeah, looking forward to the season. I feel like this season is gonna be something special. Not only is it my draft year, but it's just a year that we're all connected and just again just having the same goal in mind, and it's to get to Omaha. And I feel like we have a really good shot of making it this year, and just being able to see what we have talent wise and see how far we get.
Yeah, those are definitely great goals and aspirations to have, and you need that mindset to get to that. So, let's backtrack a bit before we get into that. You're from Miami. Could you just talk about what the baseball culture was there, what it was like there, and who you looked up to, teams you rooted for, things like that?
Yeah, so baseball here in Miami is it's electric. It's like no other. You get a lot of fans, a lot of families who come and support. Very I'm Hispanic myself, so I got a lot of my Hispanic family to come watch me play. Again, I have a really big family, so having them on my support staff was awesome. And that's just me. Imagine half the guys on the team just like that. So just being able to have fans like that supporting each other and supporting their players, teammates is awesome, and just makes it a fun time to go play out every day. Um, and it's I didn't really root for any team growing up. I mean, my grandmother, she was a big Yankees fan. I mean, I live in Miami, so I root for the Marlins, just because it's the home city. But I pretty much look at everybody the same. I just love watching the game of baseball, and hopefully people watching me now can see me play in the future.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great answer. It's interesting how your grandmother is a Yankees fan and you're still a Marlins fan. I think that's great that you supported the home team because I'm from Boston, so I'm not a Yankee fan at all. So glad you're rooting for the Marlins. So, uh,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm interested in what drew you to Campbell University because like you said, you're from the Florida area, um, Miami especially. What drew you to North Carolina?
Yeah. So what got me to North Carolina was just I mean, I had offers to go to other schools, but the reason why I chose Campbell was just because the way my head coach, Coach Hare, sold me to school and pretty much told me that I was wanted there, and that was the biggest thing for me. Other schools that I was visiting and I was getting recruited by, it didn't look like I want they wanted me to be there, and even today, we always joke around it. We always joke about it. Say, what happens if you didn't risk that for me? Like, what would have happened? He said, you probably would have been playing at another JUCO or another D2 or D3, and we would have never got you. And you probably would have been at Miami or Florida, another big school. But thankfully, we took that risk on you, and now we got the prize out of it. So I'm grateful for everything that he did. He gave me the chance of a young high schooler coming to a D1 program and ending up changing the whole program. Pretty much falling into that leadership role. But everybody on the team's a leader, not only me. So just being able to play it, be a good teammate, be a good player on and off the field is the biggest thing for me and the program. And it just builds our character and shows what our program means to everybody else.
Yeah, for sure. That's what you want to do when you go to a college baseball team. You want to change the program on and off the field. And every college baseball player I've spoken to, it's an interesting backstory how they ended up at their school. But the thing that always happens is it always works out for them, and they always shine. And it's clearly worked out for you. And we'll get into that more and how it has worked out for you. But could you just talk about how what the school is like? The campus and also the athletic facilities, because if you want to perform at a recognized All American level, you have to have good facilities to support you.
Oh yeah, for sure. At our school, we're very supportive with all of our teams. You come to our games and you'll see lacrosse, softball, basketball, football, every sport that we have on campus comes supports just because we're a very small school. So just having that support system with each other and and other teams is big because they come support you as well. Um, our campus is very very beautiful, all brick campus. Pretty much you have everything on campus like Chick-fil-A, Moe's, Starbucks, pretty much everything that you need as a college student is there. Um, we our facilities are like anybody else's. We have beautiful all turf field. Our indoor facility is amazing. When it gets cold or it's raining, we just built our new pitching development. Our locker room is probably top 10 in the country. How nice it looks in there. Our training staff. And just our support staff with the coaches and stuff is awesome, and they built it, and we're just going up from there. We don't I don't know about any other I don't know about the upgrades, but I've heard about some upgrades that are probably going to happen in the next couple of years, and I'm looking forward to it and seeing how our facilities grow from when I was there. And around campus, our football team, they're number one in the FCS in the recruiting process this year, so that was big for them. They play on all turf field. They just get better every year, and we all come support them just like everybody else on campus. Our basketball, volleyball, they play in our gym, very big gym. Come support them. Our softball just got blessed with a brand new turf field this year. Um, so I know they're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to seeing them play and seeing what they got this year. And just everybody, lacrosse shares of football. Our soccer teams did a really good job this fall um, in their seasons, and it was awesome going to watch those games. And it was big for me, knowing this is probably my last year. It was big for me at least going to see at least one game for each team, and um, I think that's the biggest thing, just being able to go and support my team, go support the teams that I go to school at, and help know that we're there for them, just like I know they're gonna be there for us now coming up in the spring.
Yeah, that's great. I saw that kind of at my school. I went to Providence College. It's such a very small school, and I saw that with the student athletes, very supportive of each other. And I don't think you get that at the big schools. And it's so important that you guys are getting those great new facilities. It's not only going to help you guys who are there now, but like you said, the recruiting. It's going to make a difference for the next 20 to 30 years. And man, that's awesome. You guys have Chick-fil-A on campus. Maybe you have to do
Oh,
I'll have to do a graduate year at Campbell.
oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so obviously you also played in the Cape Cod Baseball League. I know what that league is about because I've been going to games for there since I was probably about 5 years old. I interned 1 year for the league, and could you just elaborate on what it was like to play in that league? And you also won the championship too, which is the best prize as well.
Yeah, now that league it was a dream come true. Ever since I was younger, I just growing up, always wanted to go to the Cape and then end up going to MLB. Those are my two big goals. Um, I already got one of them down packed, so I'm grateful for that. But playing the Cape was an awesome experience. I think it's probably on the top of my list of highlights in my career. That the fans, my teammates, just the support staff around it with the interns, the coaches, everybody in the Brewster organization. It was just an awesome experience. My host families, I thank them every day, and I still stay in touch with them. Just being able to host me and enjoy the time that I was there with, and enjoy the time with them, was definitely the biggest thing. And again, just playing the game I love every day, um, in those fields that we play at, and just going to battle with my teammates that I've never met before, and getting to meet them as a person, as a player, and just going to war with them every day against any other team. And at the end of the day, we ended up winning the whole thing, which is the big prize. And it was an awesome experience. Wouldn't take that for granted ever again.
Yeah, for sure. And I was at that championship game, and I think there was something like 7,000 people there. And I honestly think it was such a bigger crowd because there was no season the year before due to COVID.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it was just so special. But I had Chad Castillo on, who was he was the MVP of the playoffs, and he California Baptist baseball player, for those who don't know or didn't watch that video. But he said his moment where he realized he was playing in the Cape League and how special it was when he was flying to Cape Cod because he was a late joiner of the team. Did you have a moment where you were on the field or getting ready to go to a game where you were like, this is really something special?
Yeah, so I kind of knew I was going to the Cape. Didn't know what team I was playing for. I knew I was going to the Cape before my spring season started. It hadn't really hit me. I was like, oh, okay, like my spring's coming up, and then I'll just go to the Cape. But I think it really hit me when we first I started off with Katuitt before I got cut by them and made my way to Brewster. But I think the biggest thing for me that actually hit me was when I met my host family. Um, just being like, oh, okay, like I'm living with my host family, people I've never met before, and I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm gonna play baseball and just experience it. And then that day we met with the whole team at Lowell Park where Katuitt plays, and I think that's where it first hit me for sure as a player, seeing all the coaches, the new coaches that I've never met before, um, all the best players in the country in the dugout, just looking right at me when I walk in, and just experiencing that. I think that's where it first hit me, just stepping foot into onto that field and knowing that, oh man, I'm about to play in the Cape Cod League. I think that was when it hit me for sure. And then it didn't go my way, got cut back into it. But when I made my way to Brewster, I think another time it hit me was when I got my first start. Um, when I saw my name in the lineup, the first day I got to Brewster, it was a big shell shock for me. It was like, oh man, is this really happening? So I had to blink a couple of times, make sure it wasn't a dream. And once I stepped foot on that field, it was like it was go time. It was just myself, and uh, I think I made a really nice play in my first game with Brewster, and and it was just able to have fun with my teammates was the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure. And it worked out like that. You won the championship, and it's got to be special knowing the alumni that have been in that league and that are in the MLB now, and they were in the same spot that you're in right now. Going into your draft year. Um, I think it's just such a great league because the teams that win, every guy on that team is the guy on their team back home, wherever they went to college, and you guys are able to put the egos aside and make it work and be successful. So being in that league, what's it like in being different from a student athlete? Because I remember when I interviewed Hal Hughes, he plays at Rice right now. He said that it's different because you don't have the school aspect of it. Is that something that is did you notice was different?
Yeah, I would have to agree with how I played with How when he was down here in the South Florida League, our COVID year. But I would have to agree with him. I think the biggest thing is just not having the school aspect of it, just going out there, playing every day without knowing that you have to go to school, and just enjoying the time. You wake up in the morning, you don't have to worry about going to school, and you just spend time with your host family or at camp, and then knowing that you're going to play later in the day and just be able to take that off your head and just go out there and have fun and play your game is the biggest thing for sure.
Yeah, and now you're going into your draft year. So how did going up against the best pitching in the nation? Every single day, every guy on the pitching staff in the Cape League is the clear cut number one. Back home in college. So how'd that help you going into this year?
It definitely helped me for sure. Coming into the fall, it pretty much made it easier. Not saying that our pitching staff's bad. I'm just saying it just gave me an approach that I know what I had to do in the plate against whoever we had at our school, and it just made it easier. Knowing that I saw pretty much 90 plus every time someone got on the mound, and uh, and it was the best stuff in the country. Knowing that no matter what school you went to, whether it's a mid major or a Power Five school, um, I got their number one or their number two, depending on what school they went to, and everything was A plus stuff. So being able to be humble like that in the Cape definitely made it easier when I came back to school, and not only for me, being able to share those ideas and thoughts with my teammates in the box, or or just about my success and failure when I was in the Cape, has definitely made them a better player as well, and made them have an approach at the plate, which is I think is feeding off of to our whole team. And I think that's the big thing why we're having so much success, and I feel like that's why we're gonna have a pretty good year this year.
Yeah, now you're going into a winter break, and when you guys get back, it's things are going to get real serious. The season's coming up. How are you guys holding each other accountable while you're home, and just so that when you guys get back to school, I know you guys probably have to go back early, but how do you guys make it so that each guy's doing their job while they're home for the next few weeks?
Yeah, we stay in contact. The thing about this team is that we stay in contact at all times, whether it's on our group chat or give each other a phone call. We just always stay in contact. That's the biggest thing for us, communication. And it just helps build the program. Going knowing that when we're on the field, we're going to be communicating at all times with our teammates, our coaches, and just having that communication with them is key. And knowing that everyone wants the same goal is to get to Omaha. Everyone has to pitch in, no matter if they don't play or you're an everyday starter. Everybody has to pitch in and be the best team you can. And we're all succeeding. It's not only one person.
Yeah, for sure. That the experience that you guys had last year of going to the regionals definitely has to help. Building into this year. What is there one specific thing that you like about this team as opposed to the ones that you've been on before at Campbell University? Does one thing stick out that's different?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing this year that I didn't see. Well, I think the biggest thing this year for us is just the character that we got as a program. We just keep feeding off year after year, and just building that program, building that character in the program is the biggest thing. Having guys fail and just taking positives out of that is the biggest thing, and it just gets us better as a player and as a team. And knowing that when all of us have that same goal in mind, or all pitch into one goal, and it's to win the game to get to Omaha. Um, it's all fun. It's all fun when it happens, but being able to fail and take some positive out of that and make it into something good is going to be key for us. And just be able to keep pushing forward and control the controllables.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the right mindset to have, and experience comes, as a factor going this year for sure. And as I said, this is your draft year. Is there something else that you kind of want to work on before it comes to that time? If teams start to reach out to you, or is it still kind of pretty slow right now because your college season hasn't even started yet?
Yeah, so I mean, we've had a couple scout meetings now when we finished our forward series, but I think the biggest thing for me is just not being able to think about it. Just being able to go out there and play the same Zach Neto baseball I play since I was young, and just not think about what's going on the outside or who's out there. Um, I got a really good not quote, but I got a really good phrase from one of my coaches saying, just pretend all the scouts are fans. So once that started happening, it made it easier for me, and I always have a smile on my face, and it just made that smile even bigger, knowing that I have more fans. I have more fans to come watch us play every day, and it's going to be like that all season. And I'm not really looking forward to the draft or who's going to take me, who's in contact with me. It's just whatever happens, happens. I just got to control what I control on the field. And when that day comes, uh, it comes. But for right now, we just got to take it one step at a time and focus on what the task is at hand.
Yeah, it's a great answer. That's good that whoever picks you is getting a great player and person as well off the field. I'll definitely be following Campbell baseball as the season comes soon. Zach, thanks for coming on my show, and we'll stay in touch.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yep, have a good one.
You too.